It's a big day ahead for advocates of gay marriage too. One such supporter is a Labor MP and she'll reveal her very personal reasons why.
And Alex, there's been a lot of debate on the issue of gay marriage. How is the vote expected to play out today?
Yes, this will be the other major controversial issue to be voted on here today, and there will be protests going on both for and against gay marriage to coincide with that vote. It does look like the Labor Party does have enough support to change its position from opposing gay marriage to supporting it, but there will also be a conscience vote on this issue. That's the plan being pushed by the Prime Minister. There will be enough support for that to go ahead today, and that will mean that she avoids the embarrassment of being completely rolled on this issue by her party. Jess?
Alex, thanks for the...
Well, next on Weekend Sunrise, D-Day for gay marriage. Will the Labor Party change its position?
And Operation Unite. We talk live to police about their weekend crackdown on drunks. Today's the day for advocates of gay marriage, with the issue set to be debated at the ALP National Conference. Now, it seems almost certain that MPs will be allowed a conscience vote on the issue when it finally comes before Parliament. But is that good enough? Danielle Green, is a state Labor MP in Victoria. Hi, Danielle. And Jeff Field and Jason Kerr, known to you all, tied the knot in what they called an illegal gay wedding back in 2005. Good morning to everyone. Now, Danielle, can I start with you? Because you'll be at the conference today.
Yes, I'm a delegate.
We know that the party is divided on this between left and right. What do you think is the general feeling within the conference?
I wouldn't necessarily summarise it as just between left and right,
okay,
Andrew.
yes.
I think there's quite a momentum for change, I think, across the board. And I myself are a member of the National Right.
Yes.
And but I think, you know, what I've been finding the last few days, we're focusing on what unites us rather than divides us.
Sure.
And the Labor Party's a great animal. You know, we have, you know, we fight hard, we play hard, and the great thing that we can have this discussion in Australia is a wonderful thing, and I think we're poised for a change. And yeah,
if MPs are allowed a conscience vote, though, I mean, it's unlikely that the Liberals are going to have a conscience vote on their side. So a conscience vote won't be enough to carry the day in Parliament, will it?
Well, I think, Andrew, one step at a time. And you know, as a member of the Victorian Parliament, in a similar situation, we had abortion law reform, and that was carried quite convincingly. And I think community is moving, and I've certainly found I've only really made very public my stance in recent days.
Yes. Well, you have a personal connection to this issue. What is that, Danielle?
Well, I have two sons, and one is gay and one is straight.
Yep.
And you know, their dad and I, who's also a delegate. I think probably 2.5, 3 years ago at the last national conference, I don't think we realised we cared about it until then. And I just feel that as a mum, I should be able to attend both their weddings.
Sure, indeed. Yeah. Now, Jeff, the normally conservative Queensland Parliament passed laws to allow same-sex civil unions on Wednesday night.
That's right.
Now, is this reflective of the wider population's change attitudes, do you think?
I think there's a change in momentum, as Danielle said, coming out this morning and saying that. There is definitely a change. We've seen the polls. The majority of Australians support same-sex marriage. That's old news. But I suppose it's the momentum today. Now, the party platform, we're hearing that it's going to go through today at the ALP conference. But as you said, OK, let's celebrate if it goes through. I don't want to, you know, put a blanket on the party. Let's celebrate, but also let's keep in mind that at the end of the day, it then has to go through the federal parliament. And I spoke to Tony Abbott yesterday. Just so happens that he rang the radio station I work at. I picked up the phone and I grilled him a little. I said, so what's going to happen if it goes to a conscience vote? And he said, well, marriage is between a man and a woman. He kept repeating that mantra. We've got Julia Gillard that's repeatedly, like, you know, for 2 years now, has said that she's a traditionalist and that she believes marriage is between a man and a woman. So getting it through the parliament is the next...
It's going to be tricky.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be tricky.
There's the old sort of legal maxim of different but equal, which is applied in various fashions throughout you know, our system, our social system. Why, Jace, is it not acceptable for a gay couple or to the gay community to have a union that grants all the rights of marriage but is not called marriage?
Well, so long as it's not called marriage, it still says, hey, you know what, you're actually a little bit different to us, and really you're not quite equal to us. That's the main point that we want to get across here. Really, allowing someone like Jeff and I to get married isn't going to affect a single heterosexual relationship in the country.
Well, we don't intend.
The only people that's going to affect are gay and lesbian people.
Yeah.
We're the ones who it will impact on, and that's why it's important to us.
And churches will be exempt that don't want to marry us, and
Yep.
we wouldn't want to get married in churches that don't want to have us anyway.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the nature of marriage has changed so much over time anyway. It was a church institution before it became a state institution, wasn't it? So
And
the
women
very
have to say
fundamental
they
nature of it has
obey
changed.
their husbands. You know?
Indeed,
So
indeed.
I have a great deal of faith in the Australian community. I think that we can move forward. And since I've actually made this public statement in the last few days, I mean, I was prepared as a member of Parliament representing the northern suburbs of Melbourne and quite a few rural areas as well.
Prepared for a backlash?
It was what I believe in, and I was prepared to wear any backlash. But I have had 5 opponents to it.
Yeah, right.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days, and it's been overwhelming. I could not believe how
Great.
amazing it's been, and I think I have a lot of faith in the Labor MPs who will make this decision in the Australian Parliament, that they will get the same feedback that I've had. And
Well,
I
the
hope
public
that will
polling
mean-
shows that there is
Yeah.
more than 50% support for it in
And
the
young
Australian
people
community.
just shrug
so-
their shoulders and think, well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. All right, Danielle, Jason, Jeff, thanks very much
A
for that.
quick one,
Great,
get to the rally at midday Hyde Park.
Oh, okay.
Everyone.
In
Yes,
Sydney. Are there rallies
everyone.
around the
Family,
country? Presumably
friends.
there are rallies around the country, so
Yep.
check local guides for details,
Oh, right.
etc.
Yep.
All right. Good one. Jace, Jeff, Danielle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, huge rallies today, and I was at Jeff and Jason's wedding. I believe I still owe you guys a little bit of champagne. Sort that out later.
Thanks, Monique.